What's up, my nerds? This is Wesatron. Today we're doing another haul video. This is for June 4th, 2013, and these are the items that I have picked up recently. In the book department, we'll start off with Bryan K. Vaughan's Saga Volume 1. Essentially, this sort of a fantasy story about sort of warring parties who decide to get together. Like, these two are from two different parties and they have a baby together, and kind of what that means for both sides. So definitely an uphill curve in terms of story. He's got a lot of world building he's got to do very early on, so it ramps up near the end, but it is kind of slow starting out. I wasn't left with a feeling like I really needed to pick up the next one, but I'll probably continue to check it out just because I do really like the artist. They did an interesting thing with the interior art. The art's great, but the thought boxes or narration is all done with actual writing. It's like almost like painted on there, as opposed to being in any kind of text box. So interesting stuff. Very cool art. Really dig it. Yeah, I'll have to decide if I'm still going to continue this. Probably eventually down the line, but like I said, not super eager to right now. Next book, Transformers, Robots in Disguise, Volume 2. I had finished Volume 1 recently, and this is sort of running concurrently with More Than Meets the Eye, and it's definitely not as well written as More Than Meets the Eye, not quite as interesting, but still, better than what I expect for a Transformers book. It's really interesting because this is kind of the group that stays on Cybertron. Spoilers, sorry if you don't know about that. I think I mentioned that in the other video, though, where the war's over and they kind of like split off into factions and stuff. So this kind of follows the group that stays on Cybertron, what happens to them. And it's interesting to see how the characters sort of evolve into different people over the course of the story. It's just not everybody makes the choices that you would expect them to make, or kind of how people have changed because of the war. But cool art. I think it's the same artist throughout. Pretty neat stuff. There is one exception to that rule near the beginning, where it tells sort of this mini side story about Optimus Prime, who's Orion Pax now, which is odd because they like start telling a story and then don't continue it for the rest of the book. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. But anyway, on to toys. We've got Guitar Hero guitars. Essentially, the only reason I picked these up were for displays. I got this in another set for about $13, which is probably more expensive than I should have spent on it. But they were the sets that I really wanted, so not bad overall. I've already got the other set opened up, and one of them is with the JC from 3A, the 1/12 scale. I think it was the Palm on the Face Sunday version, but yeah, cool. Kind of right around the size for 5 to 6 inch figures. So yeah, interested in having those just for fun. Nothing really like super crazy about that. Oh, I forgot. I picked up a CD, Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. Pretty cool album. Very disco. Hey, you can see my camera. Very disco-y in there. Some nice tracks on there. It's not like crazy awesome best album ever, but there are some really, really good songs on here. I especially like Doing It Right is really good. Instant Crush is really good. Both songs with Pharrell are very good. It's got a little bit of that flavor left over from the Tron movie, which is really good. The soundtrack on that was excellent. Yeah, but there's also a couple tracks that maybe pay too much homage to disco, or just a little too disco-y or a little too 80s in parts, where it doesn't feel so much as an homage as a copy. So, but still a cool album. If you're into like electronica and stuff, there's some good stuff on there. If you're not into electronica, there's also some live music on there too. So cool. Action Portable 3A Shadow Tommy Mission. This figure, I don't know if I'm going to review this or not. They always come in crazy boxes. But this is a 1/12 scale figure that was supposed to come with the JC 4-pack. You may not even be able to see that very well, but it didn't ship with the 4-pack just because it was behind schedule, so they shipped it separately. So this guy finally came in. pretty cool. We didn't buy it for him, but it was a nice bonus to get for buying the set. We've got Legendary Comic Book Heroes Conan and Rarl. I don't know how you say that. Rarl? Yeah. 6-inch scale from Toy Biz. This is the line that they did after Marvel Legends died. I've been wanting this set for a long time, but haven't had it at a price that I could live with. Found it recently on eBay for $10 before shipping, so I could definitely live with that. So very excited to have this. I'll probably do a review of this one just because I'm really digging on Conan right now in terms of the books. Let me get some of this crap out of the way, because this is going to be a big haul video. So next up, we've got more modeling crap. These are just snap-together models that I got. Some stuff went back in stock at Amiami, so I picked up. This is the... Which one is this? This is like I think a press. What is this? I don't even know what this is. It's pretty cool. Whatever it is, I'll put it together and then figure out what it is afterwards. Okay. Yeah, it's like a drill press or something. I don't know. I don't even remember ordering that, honestly. Here's a sword set. Maybe it's just a gun. I don't know. Here's a sword set. You can see here. Sword, sheath, sort of thing. These are just for having fun. This is a motorized chainsaw. So there's actually a motor down here, and when you wind it up, the blades will spin around. So pretty excited about that one. I think it's going to be pretty fun to put together. And this is like a claw grabber thing. Yeah, this is a pretty fun set, even though I'm not describing it very well. These things in general are fun to put together, fun to mess with. Also motorized, I think, for the blades to spin in a circle, so that's pretty cool. I honestly I can't tell what this is. Yeah, no idea. Some kind of gun, I guess, because there's a magazine there. Not really sure. Like I said, I'll put it together and then figure it out. Next up, from Amiami, we have a used item, which, I knocked my camera a little bit. I don't know if I really have mentioned this before, but I am a little bit of a tokusatsu fan. Not like crazy huge fan, like I know what's going on and stuff, but I do watch a few shows. Currently watching Kamen Rider Kiva. Just finished the Makai Senki for Garo. I really enjoyed Garo. I think it's really fun, and they do take a lot for Garo from Kiva in terms of some of the styles and stuff, but it's the SH Figure Arts Garo figure, and you can see the box is pretty beat up. It is used, but I have the equip and prop Garo and a few of those figures, but I'd never gotten the Figure Arts version, and it's just neat to have a version that's kind of based on the show a little more closely. I like the style of the armor and everything looks really cool, so I was excited to get this guy. I think he was $35, if I remember right. I also got the frame arms, just another one of these guys, just to do with the modeling stuff. You just slap them together, or slap like the pieces on there. The hands are in the back here. Very cool little sets, these. I like them. I enjoy putting them together. Once you do have it together, it's a little bit hard to keep it together. Like parts sometimes want to snap off, but overall pretty cool. Many of you will be interested in this because I did get a lot of comments and questions about the Mafex Spider-Man or Mafex Spider-Man. This is Mafex Dark Knight Rises Batman. Very excited to have this guy. These are the 6-inch scale ones, number 002. Thrilled. Just looks so great. Lots of light on there. Yeah, really excited to have this guy. This is going to be awesome. So I will be reviewing this guy for sure, hopefully in the next couple days. I've got a lot of stuff going on this week, which is why I wanted to do a haul video just in case there's a little bit of a gap in views, so that you guys know that I'm not totally dead. I don't know, you might not care, but I'm not. So if you do care and you're mad, sorry, bummer for you. Akiba Ranger, Akiba Blue. This is the last Akiba Ranger I needed for Season 1 to make sense. So I got this for, what was it, 1,500 maybe? It wasn't very expensive. I think it was 1,500 yen from Mandarake. And the reason I got this is because I wanted to kind of help split the shipping on one of my Holy Grails as far as SiSi is concerned, which is SiC Kamen Rider Kiva. Very excited. Long before, obviously, I ever watched the show, because I'm watching the show now, I was really interested in the designs for the show. Very, very cool character designs. And SiC, if you don't know what it is sort of a reimagining of the costumes of different Henshin series, mostly focusing on Kamen Rider, but I've had Kamen Rider Ixa and Dark Kiva for quite a while now, and finally this guy popped up, and I think he was either 3,000 or 3,500 yen, which comes out to about 35 bucks, which is stellar. Like, the guy's available. You can find this guy, but usually it's around 100 bucks or more. So I got him with Mandarake, so he was used, but the package is beat up, but I don't think the figure was actually ever taken out. So thrilled to finally have this guy in the collection. Very cool, like Spawn-like looking character. I really, really dig the look of this guy. Yeah, can't wait to get him out. I'll probably be doing a review of him also, and if I do, I'll explain a little bit more about SiC, because it's a really, really cool line if you're just into like cool looking designs. I mean, if it weren't for SiC, I probably wouldn't have gotten into the tokusatsu that I did get into, just because I was really fascinated with, you know, the designs of all these figures. But anyway, we'll get into more of that in the review. I think that is it. Yeah, that looks like that's about it for my haul for June 4th. If you have any questions or comments, anything specifically that you want me to review, you know, let me know. I don't think I'll be able to review everything, but there will be a couple things out of here. Probably Conan, definitely Kiva, and of course Batman, definitely for sure. Probably not Akiva Blue, because she's been out for a while, and there's already tons of reviews of her. But yeah, if you have any comments, questions, anything at all, please let me know. That's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I will try to get reviews up pretty soon. Like I said, I'm pretty busy this week. We are house hunting. Which sucks because it doesn't leave me as much time for toy stuff, but on the plus side, it means I could probably finally shoot a collection review once I have all my stuff in one place. I almost said the S word there, so good for you. Yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Peace!